Hi esports. Oh yeah, someone said it.
Good morning. Can everyone say hi esports so Winner doesn't feel like upset? Hold on. Wait. Hi esports. Good enough.
That'll do. But we are back for the first esports grand finals of the weekend. We've got Osu, and let's be real, it's the best crowd of the event. You know, you guys are louder than everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, I'm going to say, prove me right, please.
I'm going to need a little bit more proof as the game goes on, but I like what I'm hearing for now.
So, just, Jack, you're part of this community. How has it been so far at EPIC47?
Okay, where do you start? These are some W players, and generally, no greens here. All heat. No, the games have been genuinely incredible. We've had people come from as far as the Netherlands as well. Manivat's somewhere out there. Manivat, can you stand up and wave? Manny, hello? Is he here? Are we? Okay, man, whatever. But it's genuinely been incredible. It's been amazing. The vibes have been immaculate as always. Matches have been pretty close, to be honest, especially as we've approached the finals. So we are not lying. Voila, we're not lying. But no, we are in for a treat.
That's good. That's good to hear. You know, we have two brilliant players, two people who are not unfamiliar to this stage. Both of them are previous champions of Epic Clan. Does that add a bit of pressure?
I think it does. I think as soon as you're trying to reclaim a crown, reclaim a title, you're trying to get the 2-peat or the 3-peat, it starts to become a little bit of a weight on your shoulders. It's like, oh, I've won this event before. But by the same token, it's a mentality shift, right? Because you've been here before, you've done it already. So the nerves should be a little bit waylaid. And you kind of know what to expect when you're on this main stage, because the bright lights, everything kind of affecting you, it's difficult to deal with. So these players don't have that problem.
Yeah, I don't know if the Osu players like the bright lights on the stage. Is that going to distract them all?
Let's not talk about flashing lights trying to read out 10.5. That's a long day.
Yeah. So, but let's start with Kingling. Let's talk about Kingling. Kingling's had a brilliant journey. They won EPIC41, which was the first Osu that was here. That was, that's 2 years ago now.
Give it up for 2 years of Osu at Epic, guys.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I know, it is I'm so glad it stayed because it's so fun. And I like how everyone gets involved with the community stuff as well. The pub quiz Osu teams as well, they are my favorite teams, except when you try and bribe me for points.
We won't talk about this. We'll discuss the GMBRZ cheating allegations later. All good.
But yes, obviously, Kingling has performed brilliantly during this tournament, but also Rudge has also been performing brilliantly. Both of these have been on the top, but I think Rudge during qualifiers was better.
Yeah, I think from what I've been able to see, Roger's just been consistent across the board, been able to perform at every single level through the groups, through the playoffs, just looks pretty unstoppable. We'll see if he's unstoppable right at this final hurdle, but from what I've been seeing in the Osu playoffs, so good to watch.
Let's be real. It's going to be a close one.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I don't think it's going to be like a struggle at all. It's going to be both teams fighting for their best. I have no idea, guys. I have no idea who's going to win. Usually I like to do a prediction, but looking through both of these players, I'm like, yeah, no, I can't do that. And I feel like it's unfair. Do you have... You might get murdered by your community.
You've got a favorite.
Let's be real, guys. The real winners is everyone. WOC, give it up, yeah. Oh, okay, sorry, my bad. Boo. Okay, whatever, man.
Yeah, you might need to just hide backstage.
Yeah,
after
that's
this.
rough. Tough crowd.
But I do believe we are ready to bring our players on. So Rhino, do you want to introduce our first player?
Firstly, I've got to ask the crowd, are you ready for your first esports final of the weekend? I think they're pretty ready, so let's introduce first the winner of EPIC41, looking to reclaim his crown, Kingling! it's not going to be easy for Kingling, because there is, of course, another player in this grand final. Welcome to the stage, the champion of EPIC43, Raj!
Switch.
Oh, see, at least there was a lot of love for both sides. That's
Yeah.
what you like to see. I think with Osu, it's just they just love everyone. I think. But yeah, so before we get into the game, do you have any final words before you to try and redeem yourself?
Nah, man, nah. The tough crowd. There's nothing I can do will save me now, man. But good luck to all the players. Big cheers on every score. Let's get it going.
Let's get it going. So we do have two brilliant casters who, let's be real, I'm pretty sure you know exactly who they are. So I will let them take you through the game. Please give a loud cheer for Bubbleman and Eliminate.
I always get a little bit jittery. I'm usually good with pressure. As many of you will know, I'm usually good with pressure, but I always get a little bit jittery standing here with you, specifically Nate, and you all out there, because it's just so exciting. And this time, we really don't know what's going to happen. Usually you think one player, another player comes along, they are the far and away favorite, and they are probably going to be the winner, let's be honest. But here, Kingling has been playing like crazy. Rudge has been playing in a dominant fashion. And now they all lay it out on the stage. Are you ready for this, Nate?
Oh, I am so ready. Rudge has been top 3 at every single Epic LAN that he has attended, so very well versed, very experienced in these tournament settings. Kingling, on the other hand, the very first Osu Epic tournament that we had, obviously coming first place in that tournament, so very experienced too. I have heard that Kingling supposedly is washed, as the people say, and I just sort of don't think that's true based on the performance that we have seen through the qualifiers and bracket stage.
To be pulling up your skill level after a long hiatus, it was a long hiatus. 2 weeks ago he came back. 1 week ago he bought his ticket. Now he's on stage. And it's so exciting. I can't wait. So should we get into it? Should we have a look at what is in store for us today? Rudge fought his way through bracket, fought his way through many tough opponents. Kingling maybe arguably had a harder fight, had to go up against Mahmoud, who he beat on stage EPIC41, who beat Rudge on stage EPIC44. There's so much to unpack about this matchup, and there's so much to unpack about this map pool. Let's get right into it. To explain, for anyone who is unfamiliar with Osu, the way that I structure my map pools is, as the numbers go bigger, the maps get more technical. That's all you need to know. So we've got from No Mod 1, from Hidden 1, from Hard Rock 1, all the way through to the technical, incredibly varied patterns in the maps of Hard Rock 3, Hidden 3, which is banned, which is a real shame. Don't get to hear that blasted out of the stage speakers. Rudge the ban on No Mod 1. Very generic, very easy to play as long as you have the tapping required of it. And there goes Hidden 2 as well. Technical. Hidden, of course, makes the circles disappear before you have to click them. Very much a fundamentals test. We get to see the last ban coming out, Hidden 1. No! Hidden on stage! No!
We don't like Hidden in these parts.
Well, that tracks, but let's not talk about it. Expected bans? What do you reckon, Nate?
I would say it's probably a bit unexpected to have all Hiddens gone, but you know, if we don't like Hidden, we don't like Hidden, right? Why not just get rid of it entirely? But No Mod 1, a bit of a shame. We love to experience some tapping, but Rudge, obviously more confident, more comfortable on the aim side of things. We get rid of that almost immediately. But Hard Rock, DT, all fully left, all there in the pool. Hard Rock, obviously making these circles a lot smaller, approach rates higher. DT
stands for double time, but don't let that fool you. It's only 1.5 times speed.
Yeah, and DT making the approach rate also significantly higher. A lot of tech in this pool.
And we get the smallest circles first. It's Hard Rock 2. Now let me tell you just how hard it is to play very precisely on a new setup to you that you have gotten used to 30 minutes prior. That is what these guys are going to have to do. The circle size on this one is noted as CS 6.5. Generally, you will see maps at CS 4. So these are tiny in comparison, and they will very obviously be tiny once we move to another map in the pool. And Kingling has been absolutely shredding on this map in bracket. I can't wait to see what he does on stage, but is it too soon? What do you reckon?
I don't know. The fact that both players have had such, I'm going to say a long break, right? Because these matches have been going on consistently throughout the day. Matches back to back to back. And both players getting that extra hour from that third place match that we just experienced beforehand. There could be, you know, there is such a thing as too much Osu. You know, and when you played the game for so much in one day, some sort of burnout, maybe you just get nervous.
Yeah.
Right? Playing the game so much and you've made it this far into the tournament, there is a lot that can go wrong.
There is a lot at stake as well. I mean, both these guys want to reclaim that title. I could assume that would play a part in the nerves going into this, and with the circles being so small, you have to be so precise with your pen movements, which both of these guys use the pen tablet. Let's face it, it's the far more popular playstyle for Osu. And we'll be getting into it whenever they're ready to go. Steady your nerves, take a deep breath. We're in for the long haul, Nate. It's best of 11, and this time there's a small format change too. An extra ban means that every map in the pool has to be played for a player to win. That means if the score is 5-5, that every single option has been exhausted, and that's when tiebreaker comes in. We haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I was going to say, we have not seen tiebreaker yet this tournament, so it would be, what a pleasure to have it in the grand finals of all
It would
things.
be an absolute pleasure. Are you guys hyped for tiebreaker? If we do see it, watch out for flying whales.
Flying whale.
For now, though, let's get these players readied up. Let's get these players going. Now, in Osu, there is a lot of focus, I would say, on aim. A lot of focus on moving cursors precisely through a long string of circles, or precisely point to point, edge to edge of your screen. Not a lot gets said about tapping. And tapping is a huge part of the game. It's where the accuracy in the top right of the screen comes into play. And usually in solo play, you have to hit every circle to score the maximum amount. If you miss, that's a huge detriment. You are missing a large amount of score that you could have otherwise gained just by maybe aiming slower, maybe tapping later to make sure that you hit the circle. In tournament play, accuracy is so much more necessary to get the good scores. Kingling has been on form with his accuracy all tournament, but Rudge has too. So we could be seeing act battles between two titans who have just only dropped maybe 1-2 100s per map. First map is ready. We are getting into it. This is Cherry Blossom. This is our Hard Rock 2. This is our first map of the EPIC47 Grand Finals.
And speaking of accuracy playing a big role, Hard Rock, of course, making it significantly more difficult to get that accuracy. That bar at the bottom of your screen there, that is what we refer to as the UR bar or score meter. Those lines that appear on that bar are how close to the perfect time, that's the white line in the middle, to hit a no. And this bar is small.
It's tiny. It's milliseconds, and it's tens of milliseconds. That's all these guys have. So far, so good for both players. Now, you may look at the circles, you may think, oh, they're quite big, I could hit those. No, you'll see. Whenever the next few maps get picked, you'll see. It is close. It is tight. And the first fall goes to Fudge. Mr. EPIC43 champion with the first miss, and Kingling looking stable, cool, calm, collected. Exactly like he was on the setup in the BYOC area. This did not come too soon. I feared it may have done, but it's already 100k by the time Kingling misses. Of course, combo still does have an effect on your score. It still builds exponentially. Rudge has the chance to bring this back. He continues to hold. Kingling finds another mistake maybe. This could come close.
The combo starting to build up from Fudge here. Pretty fast bear or Kingling Also the extra miss with 1 quarter left of map to go. That's roughly 30 seconds. There is still plenty of time for things to go wrong, but things are looking good for Kingling at the moment. But look at that score lead just shrink. And this is on the back of combo alone. The accuracy so similar between the two players. Kingling again with another miss. And this score is going to shrink exponentially as it slowly but surely goes towards Fudge's side. This is Kingling's pick, bear in mind. So very first breakpoint going towards Fudge would be detrimental. And that will actually happen. Fudge to take the first pick against Kingling on his own pick.
I may have spoken too soon. The nerves, the tournament nerves cannot be understated. The shake that creeps into the aim, the hesitancy that creeps into the tapping. They claimed Kingling's combo all too often, and it was Rudge to take the first point. A break point puts it on his side of the board, 1-0, and now has the advantage as he can pick the next map. He can choose where to take this match.
Yeah, and with accuracy being so important, combo being ever more so important, you can see just based on the health graphs at the bottom of their screen there that Kingling finding more misses throughout the map, not able to build up that combo, whereas Fudge only finding that 1 miss in the middle and comboing the rest. And ultimately, that is the decision maker for him taking that point. And very quickly going into Hard Rock 1, we are exhausting the Hard Rock pool almost already.
We're moving directly horizontally from the second slot. Consistent flow aim in the second slot, but consistent jump aim. These circles appear at 185 BPM. That's what, 360 a minute or something? I can't remember. But they're across the screen from each other now. They're not in long strings that wind around. You have to be consistent with moving your cursor point to point all the way across your monitor. And they're getting straight into it already. They're prepped. They're going for it. This is pick 2. This is Rudge's pick. This is Hard Rock 1.
Very aim heavy, and with this map being lower BPM, that means there's a lot more room for the jumps to be more spaced out with extra difficulty. Now, this map is 6.69 stars, very criminal for a map of this caliber. Kingling with the very early miss there, but shouldn't cost them too much.
So slightly bigger circles. These are CS 5.2. Of course, the smaller the number, the bigger the circles, for some reason. But both players settling in, getting ready. A taste of what is to come with that wide angle aim, or the wide screen aim at the start of the map. Comes back, it spikes in every chorus. You get to sit through a nice little settling verse first.
And we've discussed this before, right? Having nerves on a map like this can be very, very costly. One slight shake and you're missing a jump entirely, moving at a different angle. Kingling to miss right at the start of that PI, but Fudge trades it back. That score lead's already built up to around 40,000 in Fudge's favor, so as long as he can hold on to that slight bit of combo, accuracy is in his favor too. But this map does not give up. It is constant jumps for most of it. There are a few streams as well in between sections, mainly at the start of each PI. Very easy to trip up on.
Another slower section in the verse, and you can see these players have settled in. 98% in the top right for Fudge, 96 for Kingling. You can see the difference in the comfort levels in the accuracy a lot of the time.
I'll move so mad.
To another chorus, and it's the snap change from the smaller aim, the more calm, the more quiet stuff, into straight across your screen. Both players hit it, both players get into the stream, and we're moving into 300 combat in very dangerous territory. The first person to miss, to find a small mistake, and it is a tiny mistake, that could cost them the combo and the advantage. There was a trade. Saved by that miss by Kingling.
There was a trade, but still, with a third of map left to go, there is still plenty of room for error on the side of Fudge. He needs to hold on for as long as he can, but such a consistent player. Will he find an extra miss?
The biggest jumps in the map, the most important section to hold on to, and Kingling not able to do so. Rudge now given a 200 combo lead. That score lead will build, and he gets to see it, because in a break, what pops up on the left side of your screen is a leaderboard. You see exactly where you are in comparison to the other player in the match. Oh, and the shakes and the near miss. He does find one. He held on for a little bit longer than he would have otherwise. 53k now for Kingling to run down. He's slowly closing the gap. The accuracy is building back up to match Rudge's, so now it's all on the combo. How long he can hold and whether Rudge finds a small mistake in the outro.
But he just looks so consistent, even though he's not got the combo advantage.
And there goes the combo from Kingling, which means Rudge now is safe and swell. He drops another point on his side of the board on his pick, converts that break point into a 2-0 advantage.
But look at the accuracy, though, from Kingling. This is what we were talking about. So he's been performing so well throughout this tournament, and especially in the accuracy department. And to be able to do so on a map like this, on stage with all those nerves, very tough ask.
Indeed. We're pivoting straight away to DT2. These players know what they want to play. They know what they've been playing well on in bracket. We move from small circles and hard rock to very small spacing, but very intricate tapping. You saw the aim. You saw the flow aim, those winding strings of circles that go around. This is all on your tapping hand, on your keyboard. And there's a lot of interesting rhythms to go around in this one too. This might be the most technical tapping pick I could have put in the pool. And Kingling has been playing incredibly well on this. It's a great pick for him, I feel.
Yeah, we've seen some great scores in this map throughout the tournament, but being able to perform and do it on stage is, I would say, significantly harder. This map is very chokeable. So many very tricky doubles, triples, and bursts that are just scattered throughout this map. And AR 10.3 on top of that.
Indeed. The approach rate usually caps out at 10. That's what the highest you can set it to. It can go above that if you play the map at a higher rate. This being 1.5 times. Approach rate 9 becomes approach rate 10.3 because it doesn't scale. You don't multiply the number, you multiply the millisecond value. The intro, it gives you a feel for what's to come. There's the rhythms present already, the triples as we build up. The first drop.
And Fudge, the very first one to miss right at the end of that section. Look at this lead from Kingling already. Accuracy so unmatched at the moment, almost 99%. He's looking so comfortable on this map. It does eventually trade that miss, but still, with the accuracy so clean, it shouldn't cost him too much. And this map is over before you know it. Look at that, we're already halfway through.
Finding another miss. He's going to need a traded mistake from Rudge, but it's not coming. Rudge is just too comfortable. He moves through the double sections, not caught by the intricate rhythms, and as long as he can break this, we move into a free combo section. The map gets a lot easier as it slows down. A big, big combo for Rudge to take through.
If you're Rudge, you just need to try your best not to get nervous at this point. Look at the accuracies already balanced out, and Kingling was looking really strong at the very start, but Fudge has managed to work on that, build that back up, and just shake on Rudge. You can see it. The nerves are starting to kick in. He needs to hold on to this last quarter of the map. Both players hitting that stream. Now that is 261 BPM, so very fast.
Rudge knows how good Kingling has been on this type of map, on this style of map throughout the whole tournament, the whole bracket stage. He knows he needs to lock in if he wants to secure every point that he can. And he's doing just that, 97%. Similar accuracies on both players, and it's the combo difference. It's always the combo difference. Rudge combos through the second drop. It's a huge section hit.
That is most of the map done, and Rudge is just looking so dominant right now. This shake, even on this slower section. Kingling does go down right at the very end, but 200,000 score lead in favor of Rudge. On Kingling's pick, once again, that is the second breakpoint given over to Rudge on an S rank as well.
An S rank. It means he missed on a slider. That's the only thing that dropped his combo. He's adjusted to this stage setup incredibly, Nate, and Kingling, it's looking dire. 3-0 swiftly, I might add.
But as we were saying near the start, tiebreaker requires all maps to be exhausted. And as we start going through more and more of the maps, there is less and less chance of Rudge taking a pick on a map that maybe he's finding a lot more comfortable, right? Kingling, he's been so consistent on almost every map, but so has Rudge in a way that it's kind of just so unpredictable, right? Rudge can pick a map that we would think, okay, he's really comfortable on, really confident, but so is Kingling.
A match like this is all up to how a player feels at that exact time. It doesn't matter how they've been playing for the rest of the day, how they will continue to play after the match. It's all about that exact time. Rudge on stage has adjusted incredibly well, and Kingling finding a few more troubles than he might really want. Of course, you want to find no troubles, but you expect it, moving from setup to setup, right? DT3, though, is the pick from Kingling. DT3 Silver Forest. It is the fastest tapping-wise map in the pool, 270 BPM, but it's also the biggest circles map in the pool. This is CS3. So you will finally see the range of skills, the circle sizes that are offered in these maps. We're getting into it. Kingling has played really well. This has been the ace in his sleeve a lot of the time for Kingling. Can we get a cheer for these guys? Give them some support.
Circle size 3 being so big. And Kingling actually the first one to go down there. And CS3, right? It feels like it makes all the difference. The map feels so much more denser, like there's just so much more going on your screen. There's a lot more to look at, even though it's AR 10.3.
But it's a lot more to hit me. So this could be a good play by Kingling to maybe shake off some of those cursor movement issues that he's been having. More found, though, into the dense burst section. Rudge comboing through with 98%, hits the entire section, carries an S rank through it, and Kingling just has to look at that leaderboard and sigh.
Yeah, when you're going up against such a monster, what can you really do? Halfway through the map, he's still holding on to that FC.
Stage seems to give Rudge superpowers sometimes. He just outperforms himself when the pressure is on, and this is no exception. Nearing 99%. There's one more dense burst section to go. The speed of the tapping, as well as that aim requirement. Kingling finding a few more issues than he has been in the rest of the bracket with this.
And really, it's what we were talking about. Maybe it's just that nerve difference in who's more comfortable or used to playing and staying.
Rudge hits the second burst section as well. There's a small dubstep drop at the end. You could find a tiny misaim on one of these sliders. All eyes on the right of the screen. Rudge is bringing it home. Another point. Oh, not quite able to lock out the FC, but that's A-okay. That's 1,000,000 points. That is 600,000 points of advantage in this pick, and that is 4 points to 0 now.
The biggest score lead that we have seen in this match so far, and probably, I'm going to go as far as to say the biggest that we will see, hopefully.
Well, 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 who could have expected this?
But Kingling to respond. It's his pick.
It's Kingling's pick. There are still maps in the pool. There's 6 more maps left to pick from. Where do you go next? What do you do when your DT ace picks have been exhausted? When the hard rock has been taken away from you? It's pretty much just no mod now. Do you reckon Kingling picks into that? There is the hard rock 3 still open, sure. But do you reckon we go now into no mod?
I think maybe it's time to test the waters a bit, unless... No, we do get Hard Rock 3.
Hard Rock 3.
We are doing everything except no mod. DT1, of course, still left open, but Hard Rock 3, make it funky now. Very funky map.
Funky song as well. This is one of my favorite songs in the pool, honestly. I was so glad to be able to put it on. You're going to be seeing a lot of technicality in this one. Remember I said as the number goes up, the technicality increases. That is no exception to this map. You'll see the cursor wiggle back and forth. You'll have to follow some jump scared fast sliders with a slider tick in them, which means if you miss that, if you follow the slider too slow, you find a combo break. Maybe you give the advantage over to your opponent if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, slider's very difficult to aim in this map, and Scorby 2 does not make that any easier.
Nope, not at all, because you have to hit accurately on the slider head and also hit the slider tail to get a 300.
But whether or not these players can, I believe they both can.
I believe they both can, and they have been in bracket. But now we're on stage.
It's such a consistency test map.
Yes, this is very true. You have to have great aim fundamentals. And the trouble is you also have to be comfortable in your setup. And Kingling has not been so far. Let's see if he can find some comfort from somewhere. Shift his tablet a millimeter to the right. Pull his monitor upwards and angle it maybe a degree or two. It's Rudge though so far through the intro in the lead. And here you can see the wiggle back and forth of the cursor. Get ready for a jump scare slider. There's one, both players hit it. You gotta move. You see the red at the end of some of these sliders? You gotta move to hit that. That's another way you can combo break in this map. The wiggles, both players hitting them.
The
And
wiggles
comboing
the sliders.
through the section. We've got one space stream. After here, could be a big chain miss. Players building up to it. Cue your cursor. Rudge misses before it, and Kingling combos through. He is finally in an advantageous position. Moves into the bridge section. Big combo. These jump scare sliders, the slider ticks, he's hitting every single one of them. He's finally got his eye in Nate, and he's pulling that lead over the red bar. We can finally see it. It's finally growing. Back into the wiggles, and Rudge misses again. 100k of advantage now given over, and quickly accelerating.
Yeah, and you'd expect the slower part of the map to be the easiest, but this map just does not let go. It is consistent difficulty for most of it. As we approach the next PI, Kingling looking so strong, stronger than he's ever been in this match so far. Looks like he's finally waking up. 800 combo, going for that FC on the Hard Rock 3.
Here's the wiggles back. You want to keep your eye in. Not rush them. He's through the section. There is one more slider jump section. And then the final stream, we may be looking at an FC on the Hard Rock 3. Kingling, he locks it out.
Very impressive from Kingling.
Full combo, FC, no circles missed. Very impressive. Rudge, he's got an opponent. He's maybe just realized that.
I think his opponent has finally been unleashed. This could be the beginning. All you need is that one step, right? You get that first point, you start to feel it, right? You know it's winnable, you get the ball rolling essentially.
Of course, it's one step at a time, one circle at a time, one map at a time. The next of which is Curiosity, the No Mod 3. This, very technical in a similar but different way. Lots of rhythm tapping in this one, and Kingling's been very good at that in the bracket so far. Lots of flow aim tech as well. You have to move your cursor around, flick it sometimes, while also following the rhythms, while also tapping the sliders. It's a lot to process at any given time, and on stage, in front of a crowd.
Yeah, a lot of rhythm changes.
Don't let that mind wander. I've been calling this cerebral, right? You have to be very present to be playing this. Keeping track of your cursor, keeping track of the rhythms, where in the song you are, what's about to come up. There's one of the rhythms in question, the 1/6. Usually this map is snapped in 1/4. Every so often it speeds up. There's even a 1/8 tapping burst.
Yeah, and it's quite interesting that the Nomad pool has essentially been left to last, when one could say it's probably the scariest pool. Nomad 3, Nomad 4, Nomad 5 all get very technical, very demanding, very reading heavy.
Both players full comboing. Both players haven't missed a beat yet. They haven't blinked. But focus can only go so far, and when you've been playing all day, that focus does start to tire.
Neck and neck right now. We're halfway through the map. This map is 1 minute 51 seconds, so one of these shorter maps in the pool for both players to be FCing thus far.
It now gets really scary. Look at the combos. We're only around 1,000 maximum. We're getting to the real meat and potatoes of this map now.
It's just that act
It's Kingling. It's Kingling to blink first. Rudge runs away with the combo. Runs away with that score lead. It grows so quickly with this huge 800 combo on his side.
Was keeping it very competitive until that miss, and Kingling missing yet again. Rudge taking it away, going for the FC. Not the first time we've seen it on this map. Very, very difficult map. And it's just an utter dominant performance from Rudge.
It's a masterclass. 97% FC on this from Rudge. We've been seeing 98 accuracies without the FC. You can focus purely on the accuracy when you're not worried about full comboing the map, but Rudge doing both. Coming away with a 5th point, and now match point.
Incredible score. Not even a single 50 on that map from Rudge, but the 100 count. We've seen this in many maps so far. Kingling just hitting the circles way more accurately, but the combo is really what's failing him, the consistency in that. And no mod 2.
Content pick. It's a content pick time. Now this is a map from back in Deepest Darkest 2017 when nobody really knew how to make hard maps. It's very linear in difficulty and very progressive in difficulty. It gets harder as it goes on. So if we see anybody miss early, they're going to have to clutch up in the ending. This being Kingling's potential last pick might be time for a clutch up, Nate.
Yeah, and I do like to say that it can be a little bit deceiving, right? Kingling down 4 points, but assuming he wins both his picks, he is only 2 breakpoints behind.
Indeed,
It
he
is
has
very
to
doable.
take 2 of Rudge's picks. And remember, we have to play every map in the pool if we go to tiebreaker anyway, right? There is no real choice when the pool shrinks. Early miss from Kingling. If there was ever a time to clutch it, it would be now. That is, though, assuming Rudge combos the next 700 circles.
But still, yeah, the miss at the very start doesn't mean so much. It doesn't change all that much simply because the combo difference isn't that insane. 15,000 point difference in the core of the map. 100 count, very similar between both these players. I think they are probably tied if not for that miss. Both players hit that stream.
An extended stream section. You want to change direction at the right time. You want to move at the right speed. And of course, you've got to tap throughout the entire thing. If you miss tap, if you miss time your taps, you miss.
Space stream, both players hit it.
Here, though, the streams only get more spaced. The flow aim requirement more precise. Big stream coming up. Both players combo through it.
And this is so important, right? Kingling, he knows that Rudge is also on that FC. He needs to combo until Rudge finds a break.
Must clutch. He has to miss later than Rudge, and so much later that he overtakes that score lead. Then has to not chain miss through any of these streams. There's the first one. This is the ending we were talking about. Both players combo the second. The third poses no issue. The scores are climbing, and it is Rudge with the chain miss. The crowd cheers, and Kingling hears it. Now the changing in pace of the streams, and Kingling is hitting them. He's hitting all of them. He's comboing through every single one of them. And if it wasn't for that miss at the start, he might even have FC'd the map.
He hits every single space stream in this map. It is just outro. Unless he misses here, this is basically an FC from Kingling. What a map to do on the No Mod 2.
The clutch gene strikes when he needs it most. Kingling with the clutch No Mod 2 pick. Very basic patterning, of course, it's No Mod 2, but the mechanical intensity of it really showed itself, and Kingling, cool, calm, and collected. Didn't affect him at all. Nothing, no sweat off his back.
It's just another day for him.
Just another day at the office. What's the next pick?
And that is 1 of 4. That's
1 of 4. He needs 3 more points to take this to tiebreaker. That's 2 misses and 0 100s and 0 50s. So can we talk about how he did not hit a single note inaccurately? All he did was misaim them.
And at the very start, mind that. No Mod 4, No Mod 5, DT1 still remain in the pool.
Nate, do you know the map I'm the most scared of is the DT1. Alchemist is so good for Rudge. There it is. It's Good Kid. You may have heard Good Kid before. They have been pretty much everywhere around social media. You may have heard this song before, but we're speeding it up. This is a normal map. It's DT1. It's very basic. but you have to play it at 270 BPM.
And if Kingling wins this, no mod 4 and no mod 5, very, very scary maps.
Yes.
I think that is pretty much a coin toss. If Kingling wins this point, there is a very good chance this could go to tiebreaker.
I'm
If
here
he
for
locks
it,
it.
Nate. I'm here for it.
With his performance on no mod 2, I think anything could happen.
He has to get through this first, though. He
Yes.
has to get through this DT1, and the aim hasn't looked like it is there. Kingling has to pull that clutch gene through no mod 2, apply it to this map, and Rudge cannot do what he did in bracket. Drop some crazy accuracy on this. It's exactly in his wheelhouse. It's exactly why he's picking it.
And also the highest AR map in this pool, 10.5. The notes are on screen for not that long at all.
It's 400 milliseconds around about. That's all you get to see them, react to them, plan what to do, and do it.
Not much time at all. Hopefully both players prepared. Especially after no mod 2 where the AR is much lower. Being able to transition between these AR changes.
I'm sorry, Nate, this slower section is the most scary section. Both players combo through it, and Rich does not find the miss on that buzz slider like he did in bracket. This is already looking like a better play for him, but he has drop accuracy. Watch that score bar at the bottom flip it. It tells you at a glance just who is ahead. And it flips back and forth as each player hits notes just out of sync. 800 advantage right now for Kingling. You can see as well the accuracy is 99.1 compared to 98.
Neck and neck, and yeah, again, this is one of the short maps in the pool. 1 minute 54, already halfway through. Kingling does drop quite a bit of accuracy there, but now we are essentially tied. He misses
Oh, and
the
it's a
very start
slider
of the
break.
pair.
It's a slider break as well. He just mistapped that. It's going to show up as an S rank if he continues to combo. Rudge, he keeps going. He keeps running it away. And sees that he's in the lead with an FC, and Kingling is trailing. 200k, 220k, say it ain't so. Rudge, his final pick of the match, going DT1,
He's going for it.
and absolutely shredding.
Going for the FC. Can he do it? Only a few seconds of map remaining on the very last pick of the tournament. He gets it. The FC DT1.
And he is your EPIC 47 champion. Big congratulations to both of these guys for getting here. We're all friends in this place. We may win, we may lose, but at the end of it, we're all going to go to the bar, I'm sure. And considering how quickly that ended, considering what happened last event, I want to invite the players to play tiebreaker. Just for fun. Now this is a small tradition that happens in the grand finals of OC tournaments that end quite quickly. Especially so in tournaments where we haven't seen a tiebreaker all tournament. The crowd get to cheer and whoop and see a showcase of all of the skill sets that OSU has to offer in one map. One 5-minute long absolute banger. This is Clean as Sight by Ludicin. And this is the tiebreaker for EPIC47. Congratulations to Rudge again. Can we get a cheer for the winner of EPIC47, reclaiming his title? And a cheer for the runner-up, Kingling, finally back on stage after such a long absence. These guys are some of the best the UK has to offer, and they have shown you why.
In great fashion as well. Rudge looking almost unstoppable throughout this entire tournament. We all thought Kingling looking so strong against all his opponents in the bracket stage, getting C3.
It was the same for Kingling, right? He blazed through qualifiers, and everyone thought, yeah, it's Kingling. That's what he does on low star rating. The difference in star rating between qualifiers and bracket is a whole tier jump. It goes from 6.5 to 7.5. And they're both going hard rock on the tiebreaker just to show off what hard rock really looks like on some of these higher end maps.
And yeah, What a great performance, especially in that accuracy department. Throughout the entire tournament, even on stage, where nerves hit the most, still able to pull it out, still able to tap accurately, just
To
like
add
an
to
ability
that,
combo.
after a 2-week derust, after a near 2-year break, he's been away from the game almost completely for 2 years, focusing on live. He comes back, he spends 2 weeks playing the game, and goes, you know what, I reckon I could win this. Comes along to Epic Clan and puts up a real good fight on stage.
And a really good play against all his opponents in the Dragon stage as well. But
The jump scare slider, both players hit the tick. We're looking at jumps, we're looking at triples, we're looking at streams, those winding trails of notes that go across the screen. We're looking at technical patterns where you have to stop and start your cursor and move around with milliseconds to spare. The gaps between these circles are only around about, let's say, 50 to 60 milliseconds, right? That's a lot of precision in movement timing to be found.
these sliders, this is typical tiebreaker fashion, right? Everything in this map is very technical, very low aim intensive.
Very snap aim intensive. You have to stop and start and be patient as well. Here's the rhythm switch up section incoming. Kingling finding a little bit of trouble with this. Here's the higher mechanically intensive song. This is the same star rating as the map wall, but then another tier above because you added hard rock. Slow down to get these players level-headed. Lead them into the next section. You can see the cursor trail, the movement. Butch strictly aiming these wiggles. You don't need to do that.
Yes.
On some of these, you can just straight line through the center of them all. But the velocity of the cursor, the tapping, and Kingling catching up a little bit.
Yeah, Rush did eventually lose that high combo, but even trading it back is going to build that back up again. Score lead, I don't think has reached even 20,000 yet in this map. So it might happen now. Rush comboing that entire edge section. We are now at the halfway mark in this map, and look how close it is to these two players.
160k versus 141. I want to say a big thank you to Epic Land for having us here. We are always so honored to have a place on your schedule. We want to say a big thank you to the OSU community for turning up in force, to the community who have never interacted with OSU before, who are turning up just to watch this. Thank you so much for being here. Fish!
Fish. Fish sliders.
Now, of course, OSU is a game of movement, a game of timing, but a game of visuals. It can look very pretty.
Of course, and both players actually struggling on that. The sliders are very awkward.
They're very
And
difficult to aim.
yeah,
you know?
especially with hard rock. I can't believe that they both opted into this.
And of course, the sort of game can get very intense as well. So that you saw the spacing on those circles. You can see all of the winding paths these cursors need to take and the timing needed to hit the circles. Kingling with the lead of accuracy and about to take the lead in score as well. Now imagine if hard rock wasn't on. Imagine if there was a little bit more leniency in what's happening in the game. Where would we be right now?
Imagine if we went to full kick without close. This is the hardest map in the map rule. And for it to be this close with hard rock shows that just the skill cap potential on these players. Very well matched. And this would have been a very, very close one. And it was close throughout the entire match.
We build up to the climax of the song. It only gets more intense from here. You can find chain misses on the ending as they cut and snap back on each other. These are winding around, but you don't get a break between the circles. You have to snap your cursor around. Or swing timing happens too. And here we are. We're at the end. We're 10k apart from both players. Rudge misses, Kingling comboing, has the accuracy advantage, the build up to the ending. As long as he hits through this last slider stream, he might take it back, especially with the J-miss from Rudge, but it's not to be. It's very even, and it is Rudge coming out on top on the tiebreaker.
The miscount, the accuracy, so evenly matched. If only we actually made it.
If only. Well, we have one thing left to do. We have one final thing on this stage. Thank you so much again for having us, and I will throw it back to the stage. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. That was brilliant. Yo, come on. You've just seen a brilliant performance. Can we get one cheer for Osu as a general? Come on.
They got there. They got
I'm
there.
gonna say,
Eventually.
It's the Osu delay that you were talking about behind stage.
Guys, who here plays on Linux? Hello?
But I do believe we have to congratulate our winner.
It's
so
time.
come on up. Can we get a cheer for Rudge? So let's, stand in the middle. So questions. This is what you're getting.
I'll say I'll let
interrogated
Jack
now.
go first, and then.
Okay, on the topic of Arch Linux, can you give us 3 reasons why we should all switch?
No. Just
It's all propaganda. You heard it here first. It's kind of mind-blowing. I don't know, the performance, from you is spectacular as always. Just give us some general thoughts that were kind of going through your head during the match, what the kind of strategy was, anything in that kind of regard?
yeah, definitely. This Epic, I kind of went into it with playing a lot less. My play count's been below 1,000 for a while. I think a lot of people from the UK are on a break. But I kind of just played a lot and got into the groove of it. And the secret to playing on stage is to not care about anything and just chill. Like, nothing else matters. And a wise man once said, just try your best, and that's it.
Good words of wisdom. Can I get a few cheers for Raj? Hello? W mans.
Rhino, do you have any questions for our champion?
I just want to ask you, in that matchup that you guys just had, of course, there were a couple of games that were a little bit back and forth. My mind goes back to map 1 and map 3 specifically. It was a little bit back and forth. How do you calm yourself down in those particular maps?
Yeah, especially the first map where you see at the break that I was losing. I know Kingling is such an amazing player. And just a side note, he was on a generational run this tournament. And I think we should really appreciate how well he played and how many people doubted him going into this. No one thought he would top 2. But yeah, going into it, and yeah, I was 4-0 up. I was just trying to chill as hard as I can. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, that absolutely works for me. I got one more question just based around map 4, I believe it was. That was a generational map for you, wasn't it? Absolutely insane.
What was it?
What was it is a great question. I just remember
You should know this.
It was over 1,000 times.
DT3, it was DT3.
might be
Speed
DT3.
map.
The tapping one, yeah. Yeah, I used to be pretty good at finger control, and I kind of just...
Used to be, by the way.
No. Yeah, it was good. I know Kingling's like... If we played that map 10 times, I think Kingling would win like 8 or 7 times out of 10. I kind of got lucky in that regard. To go 4 up was... it was definitely lucky.
I don't know if it was luck. I think there was a lot of skill involved as well, I got to say.
Okay.
I do think we do need to give some credit to Kingling. So please, can we get a big cheer for Kingling? Go on, have a moment. Come on in the middle, come on.
We love you.
Oh, I love the Osu crowd. How are you feeling? I know it might not be the result you wanted, but you've still got the crowd supporting you.
Yeah, coming into this, as everyone knows, I've not played a tournament in a long time. And I didn't really have it. I wanted to make the stage, but deep down, I didn't really think it was going to happen. So just being here, it's a great experience, and everyone was lovely all weekend. So I'm happy with just getting this far in the first place.
Right. Do you have any questions for Kingling, Jack?
You kind of addressed it yourself. You've been away from the game for a bit, but everyone knows you've played the game a lot. You play the game a lot. What was your method to get back into the game? How did you get back into the groove of things? Did you have any difficulties or?
I mean, I just did the same thing I've always done, and that's just play a ridiculous amount of maps. Like, I've just been score farming and trying to set some new top plays, and it seemed to have worked pretty well, so got back in the groove pretty quickly.
For sure, for sure. Cheers for Kinglings, guys. Hello.
Right, before we do the trophy lift, Kingling, I'll let you walk down the stage. Everyone give it up for Kingling, our runner-up. But it is time for our trophy lift. I will hand this over to you. And Rhino, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, your champion of Osu of Epic Land 47, it's Raj!
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you very much, Osu. But that is all for now. Up next, we have our StarCraft 2 finals, and we'll see you very soon. See you in a bit.